From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, November 23rd. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures stay a few degrees below normal with highs in the mid-40s. And we have breaking news, some more breaking news out of the vaccine world this morning. Some promising but not perfect results from another coronavirus vaccine. It's the AstraZeneca Oxford University version that IU is helping to test. The vaccine is showing 70% effectiveness at least 2 weeks after receiving 2 doses of the vaccine. The clinical trial took place in the UK and Brazil. Researchers claim no hospitalizations or severe cases of the disease were reported in those that received that vaccine. This news comes after 2 other big pharmaceutical powerhouses have reported different results for their versions. Both Pfizer and Moderna claim 95% effectiveness in preventing infections and causes no serious safety concerns. But storing those versions and keeping them cold has been a concern. AstraZeneca's vaccine could be more accessible because it's considered easier to store. Clinical trials are also being conducted in Japan, Russia, South Africa, Kenya, and Latin America, and here in Indianapolis through IU School of Medicine. In total, AstraZeneca expects to have 60,000 participants globally. Right now, the company is submitting data to get approval from authorities around the world. They're seeking an emergency use listing from the World Health Organization to be able to vaccinate in low-income countries. And Americans could start receiving a COVID-19 vaccine in a matter of weeks. That's according to the head scientist on Operation Warp Speed. Dr. Monsef Salawi says the FDA Vaccine Advisory Committee is scheduled to meet December 10th. Salawi says the plan is to move quickly if the committee issues emergency use authorization for Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Under Indiana's vaccination plan, healthcare workers and people with underlying medical conditions would be among the first to get vaccinated. Indianapolis public schools are back virtual as of this morning. It's a switch that has many parents in a tough spot. In a video posted on IPS's website, Superintendent Alicia Johnson noted that transitions can cause anxiety. IPS mom Jenny Bolstrom agrees. She doesn't understand why bars and restaurants are allowed to stay open while her 2 kids have to stay home. She says she saw a difference in her children while they were in school the last month and doesn't want their progress to slow down. She believes going virtual should be a school decision, not one made by Mayor Hogsett or Dr. Virginia Kane countywide. We'll get to more on her in just a second. We'll hear from her, actually. It's also a sentiment IPS mom Sarah Amidon shares. She understands the need to flatten the curve, but says she isn't convinced closing schools is the best way. So here you'll first hear from Sarah and then from Jenny.
And so there was a week where they just closed for a week because they had a few cases. They closed for a week, deep cleaned, and then brought all the students back.
Look at the evidence, look at the data, see where COVID is spreading and close those places first, like close the bars, close sporting events, and also say to our community that we prioritize education. That should be the most important to me. I know I'm a parent, so I'm biased, but I really think that should be the most important thing for our community.
Athletics at IPS will continue during virtual learning, and IPS will have meal pickup twice a week at 25 school parking lots. IPS will also remain virtual through January 18th, though both Sarah and Jenny are hoping their kids can get back into schools earlier if the number of COVID cases go down. The city is expanding the number of community learning sites. Might help out a little bit here. The sites are hubs where small groups of students get free supervision and support for e-learning. The Mind Trust is investing $207,000 to fund the operation of 22 sites. They'll be open from November 30th through January 15th. Planners say the sites will be able to serve more than 800 children from kindergarten through high school. For a list of the community learning sites, head to wishtv.com. And today, Fishers opens a new coronavirus testing site specifically for schools. The city's health department says it hopes the site will get a more accurate understanding of the spread in schools. Testing is from 9 to 5 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 to 7 Tuesday and Thursday, and 9 to 2 Saturdays. The public health director says most of the cases in schools are not happening during school. She believes most of the spread happens at get-togethers like sleepovers, family gatherings, and parties. 1 in 3 parents say holiday gatherings are worth the risk of catching or spreading COVID-19. That's according to new data released just this morning. It's from the C.S. Mott Children's Hospital National Poll. Nearly 1,500 parents were asked about their holiday plans. About 76% said that their children see extended family on Thanksgiving historically, and of that, 61% say they are going to go ahead with those extended family gatherings in person this year as well. In the poll, 1 in 2 parents say overall, though, COVID-19 has decreased the time children spend with extended family members. And Dr. Anthony Fauci says holiday gatherings will likely make the pandemic worse. The TSA says about 2 million people passed through the country's airports this weekend. That's less than half last year's numbers, but more than nearly any other period since the start of the health crisis. Fauci said Sunday he doesn't like what he's seeing.
As we're getting into the colder season, particularly the situation with the holiday season where you see people traveling, you see the clips on TV, people's at airports. I mean, those are the things we've got to realize are going to get us into even more trouble than we're in right now.
Fauci also said Sunday that cases during Thanksgiving get-togethers will make a Christmas time spike more likely.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
And today is the deadline for Michigan to certify its vote totals in the presidential election, but it may not happen. One of the Republicans on the state's canvassing board is threatening to vote against certification to give the Trump legal team more time to mount a challenge. A Republican who represents Michigan in Congress, Representative Paul Mitchell, confirmed the possible scenario Sunday. But Mitchell says he feels it's time to accept the results and move forward with the transition. President-elect Joe Biden won Michigan by 154,000 votes. More prominent Republicans are putting pressure on the president, calling for him to recognize Biden's win in the election, one being former New Jersey governor and frequent Trump advisor Chris Christie.
This legal team has been a national embarrassment.
Christie calls the behavior of the president's legal team outrageous. He says it's time for Trump to stop trying to overturn the election results.
They allege fraud outside the courtroom, but when they go inside the courtroom, they don't plead fraud and they don't argue fraud.
Maryland's Governor Larry Hogan, also a Republican, criticized the president's legal push Sunday. Hogan told CNN State of the Union that he's embarrassed more people in the Republican Party are not speaking up. And the co-founder of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge died of the disease he helped raise millions to fight. The ALS Association announced Sunday that Pat Quinn died at 37 years old. He was diagnosed in 2013 with what's also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. The association says that Quinn's Ice Bucket Challenge raised about $115 million to support its work. It also brought in about $220 million for research in other countries. And now to business headlines. Walt Disney World Resort's phased reopening will begin next year with a bang. The theme park will bring back its Park Hopper program starting January 1st. The park announced in a blog post. The perk lets guests visit 2 of Disney World's famous parks, various ones, with 1 ticket on the same day, like Magic Kingdom and Disney's Hollywood Studios or Epcot and Animal Kingdom. Fender sales boom as guitar playing is surging during the pandemic. The head of Fender says sales are up 17% this year. The company's online video platform for learning guitar, bass, and ukulele is helping to drive consumer interest in the brand. The IRS has 1 million unprocessed returns and 3 million pieces of unopened mail after COVID-19 wreaked havoc on tax season. The pandemic and distribution of millions of stimulus checks upended operations. The IRS is offering weekend shifts and overtime to get the work done. And people planning to shop on Thanksgiving will have fewer options than they have had in the past. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Macy's will all close on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, retailers forced to close down stores to customers early in the pandemic are now pushing officials to allow them to stay open on Black Friday and into holiday shopping season, even as coronavirus cases surge across the country. Okay, now to the Colts. The coach and the owner and the fans are all delighted. It was a wild win as the team came back to beat the Green Bay Packers. It could have been a bad blowout, but it turned into a classic. It came down to the fourth quarter when the Packers were down 3 deep in their own territory. Aaron Rodgers threw deep downfield, connecting with his wide receiver. That set Green Bay up for a field goal to send the game into overtime. The Colts' D came up huge when rookie defensive back Julian Blackmon stripped the ball for DeForest Buckner to recover, giving the Colts possession. Rodrigo Blankenship kicked the game-winning field goal from 39 yards out. News 8's Olivia Ray has more from the team on the big win, 34-31.
When Green Bay comes to town, a chaotic finish is expected. But with 2 future Hall of Famers under center, no one thought a couple of rookies would come to the rescue. It was Julian Blackmon and Rodrigo Blankenship that sealed this one in overtime for the Colts, proving the freshmen have earned their stripes, and Phillip Rivers is doing exactly what he was brought to Indy to do.
Give the guys a lot of credit. They played hard. They never stopped believing, obviously against a very good football team.
Just feel a resilience and a mental toughness 2 weeks in a row now against very good football teams.
When you're 38 and you get to, be part of an NFL, football team and be the quarterback and lead a team out there and play against an Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers, it is special. It's certainly meaningful.
And when the games get close and it's on the defense, you gotta want to make a play. You gotta want to be the one to go out with no fear in your heart, no doubt in your mind that you're going to make a stop.
It's everything that the coaches were telling me going into pregame, just telling me this is going to show us where we're at. Because he will challenge us, a future Hall of Famer, a quarterback like him. Honestly, I didn't know that I forced it until I got up. So at first, I knew I hit his arm, but I had no idea that the ball was out. Once I saw that the ball was on the ground, I started flipping out.
I feel like a freshman all over again, having a lot of first-time experiences. And I just did a quick prayer and just said, God, I feel like you're looking out for me and you're giving me a chance here at redemption. So thank you for that. And just, help me to go out and do my job.
So the Colts are 7-3 and come off their biggest win of the season almost completely unscathed. Now, Phillip Rivers told us not to worry about his toe injury as he gets set to host the Titans next week. Reporting from Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm Olivia Ray, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
A longtime Broad Ripple restaurant and sports bar is closing until further notice. Mo and Johnny's announced on Facebook that this challenging year is taking them back to the drawing board. There's not a specific reason for closing mentioned in the post. In May, the restaurant spent thousands of dollars to open outdoor seating in the parking lot. Mo and Johnny's first opened in 1994. And we are giving you a way to help feed families on Thanksgiving who otherwise may not get a holiday meal. This is the 49th year for the Moselle Sanders Thanksgiving dinner. We're collecting donations that make the event possible. A $20 donation will feed a family of 4. You can text to donate. It's easy. Send Moselle to 313131. We linked other ways to donate on wishtv.com under the Community tab. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.